Hello and welcome to India Today. This is Hesha Chimah, and joining me here for a conversation is Patralekha. Hello.
Hi, Hesha. So lovely to have you here.
Me too. I think I was just telling you before this, I always bump into you at a common cafe, probably because we're health freaks, so we like the food there.
Farmers
but
Cafe, guys.
Farmers, yeah, we're
The food
talking.
is really good.
Hi, Vitali. But this is the first time we're actually chatting and getting to know each other through this chat, so I'm very excited. But before that, congratulations. I see 814 has done really well.
Thank you.
It's been received well by the audiences, and you feel or seem probably creatively satisfied, are you?
Absolutely, but I really didn't have any such expectations that my work is going to be noticed. Or, that was not my goal to do the show. It was on my bucket list that I wanted to work with a filmmaker like Anubhav sir, and I had his name on it. Secondly, in a pool of legendary actors, my mind didn't even go there. So everything what came post the release was just so overwhelming. Am I satisfied creatively? No. There's so much more to do. There's so many things, and now at this time of my life, I just feel like, 10 years back, if you would have asked me, like you said, goals, tick your goals. Now I want to expand my reach. Yes, I'm an actor. Yes, I can be a writer. Yes, I can be a director. I can be a producer. I feel like I want to open up to other avenues of filmmaking as well.
Why? Where is the passion coming from for movies and films?
I just love it, and that's what we eat, breathe at home. That's what we are talking. That's our point of discussion. Yeah. All my friends, close friends, are within this industry, so it's home for me now. And my mind only seems to be going through the process and the journey of making a film or being a part of it. That's what occupies my mind most of the time. So I can't think of doing anything else or wanting to do anything else.
Have you ever given it a thought that if you weren't an actor, what would you be otherwise? Would you still be sticking to the same field, considering you're so passionate about it?
I never had plan B.
Oh wow, that's lovely.
When I started off, I don't believe in having plan A, B, C. I feel like if you've chosen something, that's the only thing you should follow. I try to follow that road and get what I had actually set out for. So yeah, I don't.
Are you harsh on yourself?
Am I harsh on myself? No. Where does this come from? I'll tell you. It comes from childhood. I've been in a boarding school since the age of 10. And I have been fiercely independent, because I had to fend for myself, look out for myself. There were bullies. Also, like little things like washing your own clothes at that age, washing your shoes when they get dirty, making your own bed, getting the food from the kitchen to the table, and also making a choice what you want to eat.
Yeah.
At that age, mostly parents do these things. They're taking these decisions for you. Yeah. So I feel like I've been raised in such a way that I need to fend for myself. And I guess that's who I am today.
Tell me something, when you've seen your work that you've done, right, starting from your first project to say even right now when you saw yourself at IC814, do you sort of get into a zone where you're like really overcritical about every frame, every angle, how you've spoken here? Or are you somebody who's like, ab kar liya hai, ab better karenge aage?
I like it how you're sitting here and okay, good, okay, cool. I feel like I'm at therapy too.
I love it.
Okay, so
see, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
We can
It's a conversation. Yeah. So yes, when I see it for the first time, I'm quite uncomfortable every time I come on screen, because again, going back to it, I'm being harsh on myself. I am looking through a very critical lens. Also because it's been a very hard journey. I have not gotten that many chances. So every chance that I get, I want to make the most of it. But by the second viewing and the third, I get more comfortable. And also I like seeing my stuff because it just gives me a sense of what could I have done better, or what did I do too much that didn't work. Yeah.
Why do you feel that you're in this place where probably the industry may not have opened up as much as they should have, given the fact that your work is appreciated always? So do you sort of see it because it's probably, in a way, let's say, ratiofied cause of the success of the projects that you've done, and then you sort of got being like, nahi, theek hai, movie अच्छी नहीं थी या काम अच्छा तो नहीं तो किसी ने बोला नहीं है, but if a project hasn't worked, do you think because of that you've not gotten more enough?
No, but 10 years is a very long time for like a project not working and because of that not getting work. Hai na? So I don't know, there's clearly that something didn't work. I have no idea what did. Had I known, then I would have worked towards it, you know. So I don't know. But do I regret doing anything? No. This is exactly how my journey was supposed to be. And this is how I suppose it's going to be. But ask me again if I would want to do something else. No. I'm at the right place at the right time.
Wow, that's lovely to know. So tell me, how is your attitude towards life in general so sought out and so positive? Like, I'll tell you where I'm coming from.
I'll tell you this too, my girl.
There are days when I'm like probably doing 4 interviews, okay? And I'm like very excited, ki chalo bahut kaam kiya, X, Y, Z. And then there are days where I'm doing none. And then there is a day when I've done probably 1 or 2, but I know it didn't go well. Like somewhere down the line, it did not connect.
Because you know.
Yeah, I just know it, you know.
Correct.
And then I'm sulking because I have the next day where I have to wake up and be like, nahi, kharab nahi ho sakta.
So be काफी harsh हो अपने ऊपर.
Bahut. I'm a hardcore Taurian and I'm very like dissect things in my life. So, but then the next day for me, when I really have to sort out and make myself available, is kind of tough. I don't know, how is it for you? Is it good? Like,
no, so initially it was really tough and it was very difficult, you know. But then with time, and because we are human beings, growth is the only way forward, and evolution, right? There's so many things that has happened in my personal life, and you're sum of all those incidences, right? I feel like I started accepting things as they are and not fight it, because that makes things more challenging.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, I have to pay you a compliment for this. I think we're also in
I'm already saying thank you.
Yeah, because you know, I know it's a good thing. So I'll tell you why. You know, as one girl to another, we're all in an era where love is so fickle. It's so difficult to find, and like to sustain something that you find becomes even more difficult. I feel like you and Raj have set such a beautiful example for like all of us out there. When we look at a longer relationship, the first couple, probably in the celebrity angle, does pop in our head is you and Raj after Shah Rukh and Gauri. Then we think about it. I want to know, how did you cultivate this sense of like, you know, in a generation that's so taxing, but to maintain a relationship with somebody who's also from the industry, and at the same time you minus that and then still keep the sanity of being real alive? Because you all don't come out as fake couple. Like, you know, we don't see those spottings, we don't see in the face happening. Whenever we see it, we love it. It's that kind.
We didn't work towards it, really. We didn't decide a course for our relationship. Things really happened very organically, and I don't know, it just kept growing, yeah. And we are who we are, and it's just out there. We have never tried to shy away from it, and I think that's how. We never go back home and speak about, oh, today we need to do this so that our brand becomes better, and etc., etc. There's a lot of noise. Yes, there is, and there has been, but I don't know, perhaps we were just meant to be together and we just cut off the noise.
You're also not some of those actors who sort of actively look into PR. I feel like you're not one of those who will go all out and just be like, okay, if I'm not here, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to be in the face. I feel like that the strategy that you've probably taken, or let's say no strategy, whatever that might be.
There's no strategy to it.
Yeah. How do you feel you're still making yourself relevant in a competitive industry like this without really following the actual course of it?
I feel like my work should speak for myself, right? And when I'm not doing anything, it's my time with myself. And I'm very comfortable with it. I'm doing this for a very different reason, because I really love it. I want to do this. And I feel like no amount of PR or having X number of followers on Instagram will make an Anubhav Sinha cast me or Hansal Mehta cast me.
Right.
You know, so I'm very much aware about that, and these are the directors that I long to work with, I want to work with, and I know they don't identify with my following or how my brand is. You know, they will choose their actors for the sole reason, a, if they fit the character brief, and if they are good actors.
Now, at this given point in time, when you're offered like a project or a script, what's like the first, maybe say one or two things that really like stimulate you to go ahead and do it?
Sure, first the director, because I've learned that you're as good as your director, because you know actors have a very small part to play in this whole process of making a movie or series. You go, you shoot, your work is over. But a director is the person who's headlining the project. He's going to put the whole project together. So there you go. You're as good as that. And the script, because that's the Bible, you know. It's just there.
Do you think you're going to probably, like, you know, a lot of people say script is the most important thing, and then, of course, the director, as you also rightly said. But then, how do you sort of oscillate between picking a role which might have, like, a, let's say, a longer screen time versus a very meaty part which will be way more impactful and, like, you'll remember?
There's no answer to it. You know, there have been times that I have had the meteor part, and it didn't get that kind of love. And coming back to I See It 144, it's there, it's throughout there, but look at the love I'm getting. So actually, you never know in an actor's life. That's what I also feel like. You know, an actor should keep working constantly. You just get better at your craft, and you never know what pops. Yeah. And in today's time and age, there's so much change, right? With the OTT coming in play, in a series, there's so many tracks playing, right? For example, I See It 1-4, and you never know in that track what actually works for the audiences. So I feel like we should stop boxing ourselves in these thought process that अच्छा इसका तो इतना बड़ा रोल है तो यही हीरो है या यही whatever, you know, I'm just saying these things, but it's not about the length, I feel, or it's the impact, and even you don't know where the impact comes from. That's I don't think so one should put down roles just because the length is not that much.
Yeah, true. Tell me something, Patralekha. Does it ever happen that you've said something, you know, like you've gotten a project, you've landed it, you work towards it, and then boom, it doesn't work out for XYZ reasons?
Yeah, it's happened. And also, it's very heartbreaking. And even the wait, you shoot something, and it takes so much time to come out, especially when we're talking about series. The VFX takes so much time because we are talking about 8 hours footage, you know. So, but also I feel like acting, filmmaking has got to do with a lot of patience. You need to be really patient with yourself and with the product that's being made.
Last week, when I spoke to Raj, I asked him about how does he take feedback, what matters to him the most, and he said Patralekha's feedback definitely matters the most to me, irrespective, because what she says adds a lot of sense and value to what I'm doing. I want to ask you today, how does his presence in your life adds value to what you're existingly already doing?
How does it add value? You know, we have been really honest to each other, and that's also because of time, you know. And that's why we respect each other's feedback. And I just feel like I've been always really honest. What I didn't like is I didn't like, and what I loved, I obviously told him. I think right now he's really happy for me with the love that I'm getting. He tells me that he's really proud of the work that I've done, and you know, yeah, it's always nice to get validation again, right, from the people that mean so much to you. So it's a good space, yeah.
Tell me, how do you manage, like, being a secure person, whether it is via vanity or whether it is via work, in an industry that's so demanding, so scrutinizing, and always like you have to be like in there, in the face, because sometimes out of sight, out of mind can happen. Do these thoughts cross your head? Like, do you actively work on these things?
I'm going to lie if I say that it doesn't cross my head, but I don't let it settle. I've been this person forever.
Right.
That I don't. I feel like I keep doing something. Because I just feel like the moment I'm with myself with nothing to do, are when these thoughts pierce into you, and then it's just not a good space to be in. And I'm not that person that is okay with not good thoughts around. It really affects me, and I try getting out of it.
What's a day in your life, Patralekha, when you're not working, not shooting, just a chill day in your scene?
I love working out a lot. Like, I just feel like that de-stresses me a lot, though that's not hard work, right? In an actor's life, let's not confuse these things. I like it because I find it stress-free. I love spending a lot of time with my puppies and my dogs. I love reading. I feel like books choose you, and very often a book has chosen me that's changed the course of my life many a times. And I like watching a lot of content, movies and series.
Oh, wow. What kind of content really excites you?
One is the YouTube content.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. I can watch anything from fashion to how to make your dog pee in the right spot. There's every kind of content.
I love it.
Yeah. Coming to movies and series, off late that I've watched. Have you watched the show called Dharma on Netflix?
No.
It's quite nice.
Okay.
That's a must watch.
So you've been binging on shows?
I watch a lot of shows and movies because, again, coming back to Raj and me, that's where we bonded. Our bond actually started because of movies, and we watch a lot of it. And because we don't spend so much time together, we discuss a lot about the movies and the series that we watch.
Wow. Tell me something. Does it ever get difficult sometimes when you probably get offered only a certain type of roles, but you might be dying from within to do like tentpole cinema, a little bit of like your cute young self? Like, do you get itchy to play those parts as well? Do you think of it like that?
No, not since the beginning, no.
But would you play something if something like this is offered to you?
I don't know at this point of my career. I don't know what I would like to play. But I enjoy doing comedy because it's really tough, okay? And I love drama. Also, when I started off with Rereleases, and this girl had a baby, so yeah, like a mother. She was a mother, so
And a very bold choice. I'm sure a lot of people must have told you that. To just start off with something like Rerelease is a bold choice to make. Very, I mean, not something who would, like a quintessential actress would want to debut with, but you did that.
movie.
Yeah. But you did that, so kudos. But now you would do that or you wouldn't? Like, would you would you do tentpole cinema right now if offered, or do you still feel like, no, maybe not?
I'm not sure. I don't see myself in that. But why not? You never say never. But I love doing things that does something to me.
Okay, what creatively excites you the most?
Listen, when I come back home after a heavy day shoot, I should feel uncomfortable. You understand?
Like uncomfortable with what?
With the scene that I have done. Because, for example, coming back to IC814, it made me really uncomfortable because we were shooting in such a claustro. It was challenging, right? The whole setup was challenging, the things that was happening. Because after a point, mentally you are there. Physically you are there. It challenges you. And once you come back home, you just can't take off the burden. It's there. It sits with you. It will sit with any human being if you're pushed into that situation. So I kind of like that discomfort because I feel like I've bitten into something. Many a times it doesn't happen. Many a times. But there's sometimes a magic happens. And I like that magic.
Love it. You know, since you're so opinionated and like you have such
Oh,
a,
am I?
I feel that. I love your opinion. I mean, I feel like you're not harsh with your opinions, but you have a point of view. I like that. What is your take on this whole recent, re-releases of films happening in theaters of like old classics? What do you feel about that?
I feel it's great, right? I mean, the Gen Z hasn't watched so many films, good films, right? My director's film has re-released called Tombad. It's a scary film. It's more than just being haunted by a ghost. It's more than that. But I just feel like that's a film of the visuals are such that one must watch it in the theater. Even Rena Tere Dil Mein, because I was promoting with Diya, that she had told me, that film actually didn't do well at the box office at that point of time. And then it cultivated a following, and it earned a lot of money when it re-released now. So I think it's good. Good films are coming out. People are going to watch them, and also theaters need to keep churning, right? It's an ecosystem, and things have to keep churning. So why not?
What do you think would happen if City Lights re-released right now?
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah, it would be such a
I
refresher.
didn't think of it, but yeah, I think it would be really good.
Yeah, and open like to audiences right now, which is like sort of more evolved and more smarter.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I feel like that edge would be there right now.
I think I should talk to Hansel.
Yes, you should.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, we know where we started. The Inception happened here. But before I let you go, I also want to congratulate you on your rating for IMDb. Yay!
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Actually, see, the rating is not the point. The point is, I didn't know that there's something like this that existed or exists, and it also tells you what is your rating and where were you. Okay, I want to tell you where was I. I was at 180.
Oh.
And then I jumped to whatever. I jumped to 30. 30 is not the point. The point is the jump.
180 to like 30 is madness.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the love that's coming my way.
Yeah.
Validation
is good, na? Sometimes.
It's great, yeah. Especially for a working actor.
Yeah.
It is very important.
Tell me something. What's that one thing going forward right now in your career trajectory that you feel is something that you're going to go like with all guns blazing irrespective?
So in the last 4 years, I've gone all guns blazing for being an actor, working. Because I have had multiple projects going on, and I've really given it all. As an actor, I've given my 100%. Some will work, some won't work. That's not in my hands. But I know I gave it my 100%. And like I said, I don't like to regret. So I'm very, very happy that I gave it my 100%. Now I just feel like I said, I want to touch upon more avenues of filmmaking. I don't know what it is, but that is also going to be something that I'm going to really give it all I have.
But for now, it's just like both of you and Raj together are like soaking in the success of your respective projects. I think it's a happy time. It's time. I feel it's like redemption coming a full circle for the both of you because you all are actors who give it your all. You all have a fan base that's very loyal also to the both of you individually and as a couple. So for now, all the very best. I feel like this is the moment to just like soak in everything and then enjoy and then get into the rut of doing other things. But thank you so much for your time, Patralekha. And I really hope we can chat super soon on your next project. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hesha.